everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I thought I would do another tag video, and I've been doing quite a few tags as of late, but I do find them really fun to do and kind of light-hearted thing that I think we might need at the moment, with obviously the theme of what's going on at the moment being the strong prominence of this tag. This is the quarantine self-care tag. I did see this tag recently on Make Up Your Mind channel, who I will link in the description box below. And I believe that this video was actually originally created by Drea CN. Again, that channel will be linked in the description box below. From what I've seen on Michelle's channel, she did say that she was going to kind of censor the word quarantine, as I do believe that YouTube is having issues with it at the moment. Obviously, for understandable reasons, people are probably putting things out there about all this that they shouldn't do. I will do as Rochelle did, and I will asterisk the word quarantine, but that's what this is kind of all about. It's what I'm doing during quarantine. So this tag consists of 15 questions, which I will leave in the description box below should you wish to do this tag yourself. So why don't we get started? Question 1 is, have you taken up a new exercise routine? And most definitely. I actually did take up running during this time. I have literally never ran a day in my life. I don't think I've ran for anything other than a bus since leaving school. It was never something that I thought I would enjoy doing, but because of where I live, I'm not too far from a beach. When everything kind of went into lockdown and people were only allowed to leave their houses once a day for exercise, there was a lot of foot traffic going past my house of people going down to the beach to run. So seeing that many people out and thinking, I kind of want to do something and get out, and it had been on my mind to possibly take up running, but then I thought, I don't know how to run. And then, as if she was reading my mind, Jessica Braun released a video about running. She has been a regular runner for a good few years now, and she did have a video on how to get started, and also for kind of, if you are a runner, tips to continue on with it and things. And that video was so inspirational to me. Literally within a day I put on my trainers and went for my first run. I think the main thing in her video that I took from it was that she said I didn't need to run the whole time, and I think that for me was kind of my epiphany moment of, I thought I had to run for the whole time I was out. I didn't think about being able to stop and walk. It just hadn't kind of dawned on me that that was what people do. And then as she said that, and I think there was a couple of other people that I follow that run, Rochelle from Make Up Your Mind being another one, watching people run more and saying about stopping for a walk and then running, that was, I say, kind of the epiphany moment of maybe I can do it. So put on my running shoes, went out, walked for a little bit, then did a kind of little jog, then walked a bit again, and just alternated, and it ended up doing just over 2 kilometres, which I know isn't an awful lot, but for someone who had never ran before, I was so proud of myself. And then the next time I went out, I did 2.8 kilometres, and the time after that I think I did nearly 3 kilometres, and I've just kind of worked myself up since then, and now I try and do at least 3 kilometres per run. I am only going out once or twice per week, but literally this time last month I had never run before, so I am really proud of myself, and I'm hoping it's something that I will continue once quarantine and lockdown and everything is over, because it is obviously good for me. It has really helped with my mental health during this time, because I've been able to get out, get fresh air, and just concentrate on running rather than thinking about everything that's going on. So I have really enjoyed it, and I'm so glad that I started it. That was question 1. This may be a long video, I apologise. Question 2 is, be honest, how much are you snacking? And I honestly did think I would be really bad for snacking, being at home more, but I'm actually not being that bad. When I'm in work and in my office, I usually take a handful of snacks that I kind of have in my drawer and graze throughout the day. There probably doesn't go much more than an hour and a half where I'm not eating something when I'm at my desk and work. But here at home, I'm literally having my 3 square meals a day, and that's about it. I'm not feeling the need to have a mid-morning snack. It might help that I'm having my breakfast slightly later being at home, but I feel like there's a shorter gap between me setting down to work and it being lunchtime, and then back to work and everything, and then next thing I know it's tea time and I've not really eaten anything. Even though I am kind of getting my daughter snacks throughout the course of the day, I'm not finding myself getting something for me too, which I am really appreciating, because as I say, I did think that snacking was going to be a big issue during this time. Overnight time, I am still having the odd treat here and there, but no more than I usually was. So I am really grateful that I'm not snacking as much. I am drinking more beer than I have been though. I used to maybe have 1 or 2 beers a weekend, if that, but now I'm finding I'm having the odd beer in the week as well. So I might not be snacking, but I'm definitely drinking a little bit more. Question 3 is, are you putting on makeup just for fun or skipping makeup? When I first started all this and started working from home, I was applying more makeup on the morning than I am now. Now I literally will apply brows, mascara and something on my lips. The something on my lips is more for moisturising purposes than anything. When I first started, I was still kind of putting blush and highlighter and concealer and things like that on, but I'm just literally putting the basics on, and that is only because I have a video conference call every morning with my office. So if I don't have my brows on, I feel really strange and I don't think I'll look right. And then mascara, I think, is just because I'm so used to applying mascara every day. I've not broke that habit yet. And like I said, lip products are mainly for moisturising purposes only. I did think the times I would be going out to the shops, I would be putting on more makeup, but I'm not really, if I'm honest. The only time I'm applying a full face of makeup is to film YouTube videos. Don't get me wrong, I am enjoying the process. I am actually finding myself taking that bit longer when getting ready to film videos, which is sort of pushing back my schedule and things, because I am taking that bit longer, but I'm enjoying it because it is more of a rare treat now. Because at the moment I do try and do a couple of videos in one go, so I am only filming sort of once a week to 10 days. So I am enjoying it, so in that aspect it is kind of applying makeup for fun, but just to sit around the house I'm not doing much more than the basics really. Question 4 is, have you done anything to your hair? Yes and no. I've not sort of cut it myself, I've not given myself a fringe, I've not dyed it in any way. The only thing I'm doing to my hair is not doing it, in that when I'm in work or general work life, I straighten my hair. Every single time I wash my hair, which is only twice a week, I straighten it. But at the moment, because I'm not going out, I'm not straightening my hair. And I think the last time I let my hair go natural for this longer period of time was when I was on maternity leave and I wasn't going out an awful lot. But at that point I had a newborn and didn't really care anyway. But my natural hair is really thick and frizzy, and I am really self-conscious about it because I was actually bullied in school for the way my hair looked. So it's definitely something I'm really self-conscious about, and even though people are still kind of seeing me on the video calls and things, I won't wear it down or anything. It's kind of scraped back so you can't see it, but that's the thing I'm sort of doing different with my hair, is that I'm not straightening it to kind of give it a break. But I feel like it definitely did need a break from constant heat, especially because I won't be able to get it cut for a while. My ends are feeling a lot more healthier just not straightening it, so that's probably the only thing I've done. Question 5 is, how are your nails and lash extensions? I've never had lash extensions. They look really nice, but the thought of getting them done terrifies me. It just doesn't look comfortable in the slightest, so I can't see me getting lash extensions anytime soon, which obviously given this time is a blessing. With regards to my nails, I'm going bare nails a lot more than I used to. I did used to regularly paint my nails sometimes twice a week, because as soon as it starts chipping I'd take it off and put a fresh colour on. But more often than not I'm going to do them because I know I'm still sort of filming YouTube videos and things, and then don't. So I do need to get back into painting it because I do like my nails painted, but it's just one task I'm not really bothered about. Not gonna lie though, when things do go back to normal and nail salons do open and things, once all the emergency appointments have died down and I can get a normal appointment, I probably will go and treat myself to a nice shellac manicure, because I have missed getting my nails done, even though it's not something I do very often. Question 6 is, what do you miss most about normal outside world? My main thing that I miss is family. Not being able to be close to family and things. Like, I will go to see my mum and things, but it's social distancing, I can't give her a hug, so that's probably the main thing I miss most about the normal world. And then I do miss browsing around shops and the usual things, and we've been doing online food shopping, and I actually do miss going into an actual supermarket and just browsing around, especially because the shop we go around is Aldi or Aldi, however you say it, and they have what they call the special buys in the middle of the shop, which is random selection of items. Sometimes it's beauty, sometimes it's gardening, storage, decorating, toys, literally everything you can imagine. It's a different thing each week. So going in for my food shop and coming out with a footstool, I do kind of miss things like that. Question 7 is, what are your YouTube channel recommendations? I do have quite a few channels that I watch regularly. The main ones are Make Up Your Mind, which is where I see in this video idea, Things by the Beck, Samantha March, Andrea Matteliano, Jessica Braun, Glitter Fallout, Alexandria Ryan, is that it? Emily Noel as well. I think that's everyone that I watch. That's everyone that I consistently watch anyway. There are channels that I do just dip into the odd video for, but yeah, they're probably the main channel recommendations. They are all beauty and lifestyle channels. One channel I must recommend is John Krasinski's YouTube channel. He's been releasing a weekly kind of news roundup called Some Good News, which is just people are sending him things over social media of all the goodness that's going on in the world at the moment. So I've been really enjoying that channel. Question 8 is favourite podcast. I only really got into podcasts in the past few months. There were a couple that I was listening to kind of pre-lockdown, but since working from home, when I'm trying to concentrate on something and my daughter is watching her 10th episode of Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse for the day, I do find myself putting in a podcast to try and kind of zone out from the kids' TV and put my adult brain back on, sort of thing. So the main one that I was listening to from the beginning is one from the stand-up comedian Chris Ramsey and his wife Rosie Ramsey, and that is called Shagged, Married, Annoyed. And it is a comedy podcast. They do have questions from the public and stories and things like that. It can get a little bit gross, but it's also kind of stupid humour, which I appreciate, and I do find it really funny. The main podcast that I've gotten into post-lockdown is one from Donald Faison and Zach Braff, who were in the TV show Scrubs together. And it is the Scrubs rewatch podcast, and it's called Fake Doctors, Real Friends. I've been enjoying that one so much. I do actually have Scrubs in DVD box set format, and it does make me want to watch them all again, but it's really fun hearing behind the scenes and things like that, so I've been really enjoying that. And I also really like listening to the podcast from Things by the Beck, who I mentioned I follow her YouTube channel. She does a podcast with her partner Scott, and they ask each other 5 questions each, and they are the randomest 5 questions you could ever think of, but it's really fun. And that's one I tend to always put on when I'm making tea, because their one is just half an hour, so it usually takes me about half an hour to make dinner, and that's the one I usually listen to when doing that. And I do also listen to Samantha March's Stars Inspired podcast as well, so I think it's the main 4 that I listen to. Question 9 is, what have you been binging on TV? Nothing more than usual, to be honest. I've been enjoying the latest season of RuPaul's Drag Race, which is the episodes released each week, so I've been watching that religiously. I not long ago started watching Riverdale. I'm about halfway through season 2, so I'm really enjoying that. I recently finished the 3rd season of The Crown. That was really good. And I also recently finished the last ever series of The Good Place. I only had the 2nd part of the last season to watch, and I'd been putting off watching it because I didn't want it to end, but I finally bit the bullet and I did watch it, and I really enjoyed the ending of that and would happily watch that series again. And I've obviously watched Tiger King that everyone's watched. Question 10 is favourite book or book series? If you're talking book series of all time, it would definitely have to be Harry Potter. I read those books when they first came out because I was of the correct age group and things, and my daughter has recently fell in love with Harry Potter through watching the films and things, and it does make me want to go back and read them. I do have all of the original books in the series, and I kind of can't wait till she's old enough to be able to read them as her bedtime story. At the moment she's probably too young, and to be honest we only let her watch the first couple of films before it gets a bit too dark, but the series, that's definitely my favourite and one I could pick up time and time again. And then favourite sort of standalone book, I would say Anything by Sophie Kinsella. I don't think I've read a bad book from her really, and she's a nice light-hearted read, and a lot long ago finished one called Surprise Me, which was really good. Question 11 is, have you taken up any hobbies? Is running classed as a hobby? Because other than that, no, I haven't done any excessive amounts of baking, if any. Actually, I've not started painting or making things or anything like that, so I've not taken up any hobbies. Question 12 is, what are you doing to relax? Pretty much all the things I've just discussed. I am reading a bit more, but other than that, I'm probably still watching the same amount of TV as I was on YouTube and things like that, so not too much has changed as to what I'm doing to relax, apart from I am reading a bit more and I'm taking the odd bath. Question 13 is, post a picture of pets. I don't actually have a pet. I would like to get a dog, but because generally me and my husband both work sort of 9 to 5 jobs away from the house, it's not the best environment to bring a dog into if you're going to be away for long periods of time. But we would like a little dog, specifically a little dachshund, but as of yet we don't have any pets. Question 14 is, post your favourite or funniest meme. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but when I'm editing I will have a little Google and insert it here. And then finally, question 15 is your effing hooray, something grateful for this week. And for me, it's the same thing it's been for the past few weeks. I'm grateful to be spending more time with my daughter. I know I will never get this time with my daughter again, because normally, as I say, we both work 9 to 5 jobs. We don't spend an awful lot of time with her in the week. So to kind of be with her around the clock is really nice. Yes, it's quite hard while we're trying to work from home, but the past week or so I've made a concerted effort to try and spend as much time as possible with her, even if it's between calls or between job. I'm trying to snatch the odd 5 or 10 minutes where I can, because I know once I'm back in the office, those 5 or 10 minute little breaks that I get, I won't have her there to spend with me. So that's one thing I'm definitely grateful for, and it's something I'm not taking for granted anymore. I will happily spend as much time with her as I can, and I think I am going to find it quite hard to go back to the office, if I'm honest. So that was it for the quarantine self-care tag. I will leave the questions in the description box if you want to do this tag yourself. And that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.